Racers, JonRacer3 here today, back for another supercar video. After every Matchbox convention every year, I bring home some supercars and then do a tournament down on the 2-lane curved track. So I thought I would continue with that tradition. We have 16 boxed supercars, well technically 17, but I'm not going to be racing the Ford Mustang Boss, just the Ford GT. So we'll have 16 cars to battle in a single elimination tournament down the 6th lane to the finish line. Let's unbox these cars and check them out because there are some really cool cars in this batch. Alright, our first 4 cars in the tournament are going to be some modern-ish supercars. The first car we have up is a Ferrari 488 GTB from Tomica. Now, Tomica just recently got the Ferrari license, which I am super happy about, so now we can have some more scale Ferraris that are the same scale as Hot Wheels, and oh my gosh, do they look good. There's the 488 GTB, a car that Hot Wheels was never able to release because I think it was released after Ferrari lost their license. I could be wrong on that though. But you got the GTB classic front end, looks like a 458, looks super good, and its competitor is going to be the Aston Martin 177 in white from Hot Wheels. Love this car, love this casting, great to have it in white. And then the second matchup of the supercars will be the Porsche 911 GT3 RS Zamac. Like I said in my haul video, actually I haven't posted the haul video yet, but I have not gotten a lot of Zamacs recently, so I was able to find a whole bunch at the convention. 911 was one of them, looking super good. And then its competitor, the faster than ever Maserati MC12, a gift from Hot Wheels Tournaments. This thing's an absolute beast. Love the look of this thing, and it's faster than ever, so that'll be a car to look out for. Here we go, race number 1. 3, 2, 1. And it looks like the Aston Martin is going to beat the Ferrari to the finish line. Here we go, our second matchup, the Maserati versus the Porsche. 3, 2, 1. It's going to be a close one, but the 911 beats the Maserati. I was not expecting that. The faster than ever car does not take the win in this case. Here we go, our next batch of cars includes some Matchbox. Actually, we've got a Lotus Exige in red with some gold wheels. This thing looks super cool, just jumps right out of the package right there. Very happy to have that casting, and competing against it is another Matchbox car. We've got the BMW i8. I was not able to find one of these BMW i8s actually, so glad to have that in Matchbox version as well, and it looks super good. Matchbox did a really good job on that casting. And then the next second competition for the Matchbox-ish cars, we've got the Chevy Corvette ZR1 with a super cool paint job on it. I like the white on the bottom, gives the Corvette a little bit of spice. And then competing against it, we have another muscle car in red. We've got the Hot Wheels SRT Viper GTSR in red and white. I love the color scheme on that thing. That thing looks super good. Here we go, the i8 versus the Lotus. 3, 2, 1. That Lotus is super fast. Lotus is going to be taking the win. Next up is the Viper versus the Corvette. 3, 2, 1. And the Viper from Hot Wheels is going to beat out the Corvette. In our next batch of races, we got some hypercars and some roadsters. These are some of the best looking cars, I think, in the tournament. We have the Ferrari LaFerrari from Tomica. This is probably one of my favorite all-time cars. Glad to have it come out in Tomica, especially in the nice red version. And take a look at that. That thing looks so good. I think Tomica did a really good job on their Ferraris. I think, honestly, the Tomica versions are a lot better than the Hot Wheels versions. I would prefer this over the Hot Wheels LaFerrari, and it might even be faster, so it's got that going for it. And competing against it is a McLaren P1 Zamac. I love the orange on this thing. I was not expecting some orange tint on that McLaren, but it looks good. I do like the orange and Zamac colors. Next up, we got a Ferrari 458 Spider in blue, probably one of the only 458s that I hadn't owned yet. And I love the color in blue. As you guys know, I love blue just in general, so glad to have that. And racing against it is a red edition I was never able to find, the Reventon Roadster. Not the fastest of Lamborghinis, but in this color scheme, I think it looks super, super good. Alright, let's go to the race. Here we go, LaFerrari versus P1. 3, 2, 1. Look at that, the LaFerrari's actually gonna take the win, beating out the P1. We didn't even finish the race, that is sad. Here we go for our roadsters, we got the 458 versus the Reventon. 3, 2, 1. And that Ferrari is gonna take the win easily. Attention all collectors, if you want a chance to win a $50 Target gift card, all you got to do is to go into the description of the video you're watching right now and click the link and fill out a short little survey that Matchbox want you guys to fill out. The Matchbox team wants you to learn more about you guys, so they'll listen to everything you have to say in the survey, and it's actually pretty fun to fill out. One entry is one email, so you can enter multiple times, and I would greatly appreciate it. Let me know down in the comments when you fill out the survey, and I'll give you a shout out at the end of the video. This survey is, as I said earlier, super easy to fill out. It asks you questions about your collection and what you like to collect, so it's super fun to just look back and see what your answers are. So go ahead, fill out the survey in the description. I would greatly appreciate it, and so would Matchbox, and I'll see you guys back in the video. Here we go, and we've got some high-end race cars for our final 4 set of cars. Next up is the Nissan GTR Nismo GT500. We got a GT Nissan GTR. I have not gotten one of these. Hot Wheels hasn't made one, Matchbox hasn't made one, so I'm glad to have it in towing conversion. And oh my gosh, does this thing look amazing. Just take a look at that. Take a look at that bodywork on this thing. It looks so fancy. I haven't got a GTR Nismo, as you guys know, but I'm glad to have this, and it's definitely going to be used in some GT racing here in the future. That is very good looking. And racing against it, we've got another GT car. This is a mystery model, actually, of the Lamborghini Super Trofeo in black. This is the chase model from the grab bags, as you can see. Looking very cool. You even got a sticker with it. Like the black, looks very cool. Nice unique paint there up against the GTR. And for our final matchup, we've got a Porsche 918 Spider Red Edition from Target. Glad to have that because I could not find it. And racing against it, we've got some Johnny Lightning cars, but only one of them that were in the package, and that one is going to be the Ford GT. Take a look at that. I have not owned a lot of Johnny Lightning, but this thing's heavy and it feels super fast. I like the wheels on this thing. Let's see if it could take down the Porsche. Here we go, Nismo GTR versus the Huracan. 3, 2, 1. Look at that Huracan go. Huracan's going to be taking the win. GTR is going to get stuck on the curve. And for our final matchup, we have the Johnny Lightning 4 GT versus the Porsche 918. 3, 2, 1. And it looks like the 918 is going to beat out the GT. Here we go. Here are your second round finishers. Let's keep racing. Aston Martin versus Porsche. 3, 2, 1. And the Aston Martin's gonna win on the inside lane. Next up is the Lotus versus the Viper. 3, 2, 1. It's a close one, but the Lotus is gonna stay ahead of the Viper on lane 5. Next up, we've got Ferrari on Ferrari, the LaFerrari versus the 458. 3, 2, 1. Oh, look at that! It is an awful wreck from the 458 Spider. We're gonna re-race that. They switch lanes. Let's try that again. 3, 2, 1. 458's gonna win it easy. And finally, we have the Huracan versus the 918. 3, 2, 1. The 918's gonna take the win. Here are your semifinalists. We have the 177, the Lotus, the Ferrari, and the Porsche. Who will take it? Comment down below. Here we go, 177 versus the Lotus. 3, 2, 1. It's a close one, but the Aston Martin is gonna stay ahead of the Lotus, taking the win. We'll go up against the Aston Martin in the finals. Will it be the 458 or the 918? 3, 2, 1. It's gonna be the 458 taking the win. So for your final matchup, we have the 177 and the 458 Spider. Surprisingly, I bought both of these cars from the same person. Guess he was just selling some fast cars. We're gonna do a best 2 out of 3. Switch lanes after the first race, see who takes it. Here we go, Aston Martin versus Ferrari. 3, 2, 1. Aston Martin takes the first win on the inside. Aston Martin's now on the outside. Can he secure the win? 3, 2, 1. Look at that, the Aston Martin's gonna come back, getting the Ferrari out of the winning position and taking the win himself. The Aston Martin is your champion. Thank you guys for watching this tournament. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Take it easy. Peace.